Hello friends, welcome back to my Artistry. In this video, we will continue our deep blue crystals resin art. If you want to know how I made this beautiful crystal art, watch the previous video. I will add a link to the video in the description below. Also, make sure to subscribe to my channel and like this video. Here's a quick recap on how I made this art. So far, we have made the crystals, poured the resin on the wood panel, spread it, attached the crystals one by one, and added some gold color beautiful waves. I have left the resin aside for a day to completely cure. Today, we will do calligraphy and gold gilding on this magnificent deep blue crystals resin art. For calligraphy, today I'm gonna use Speedball's nib number C0 and gold color calligraphy ink again from Speedball. My client wanted me to write Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim in Arabic, which translates to in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. As you can see, I am using ink more than the required amount. The resin needs more ink than the paper. With this nib on the paper, I can write 2 to 3 letters of this size, but here I can barely complete one letter. I do calligraphy both in English and Arabic languages. The basic difference between the two languages I found is that in Arabic mostly we do not complete the circle like writing the letters seen or known. But in English, we meet the circle most of the time. Other than that, the basic strokes are the same. As you can see, I'm just using the basic strokes and nothing special here. Now I am using the nib number C4 for drawing the narrow lines. Before doing the calligraphy, I have drawn some lines by measuring with a scale, and I'm just following that outline. Once we complete the calligraphy, we will let the ink dry for a few hours. Now I am using Mona Lisa's gold leaf kit. The pack comes with metal leaf adhesive, gold leaves and the sealer. This is the metal leaf adhesive. First we will apply the adhesive over the written part. I am using two kinds of painting brushes, one small flat and another small pointy brush. This is the flat one. Make sure not to spread the adhesive beyond the gold ink. I am applying a very thin layer of adhesive, and any thick layer or droplets or clumps of adhesives should be removed with the painting brush. Once applied, the adhesive will turn from milky white to clear in few minutes. Note, I am trying not to touch my hands or the area I am working on. This will leave fingerprints and make the gold foil look messy. This is a pointy brush I am using for the detail work. I will leave the adhesive for about an hour and then apply the gold foil. I prefer to wear cotton gloves while applying gold foil. Here I am separating the gold sheets from the booklet. Carefully applying the sheet over the calligraphy part. I am covering the area with 3 large gold foils. Using this sponge brush to burnish the gold sheets to the resin with minimal force. The excess foil I am preserving for future use. Here I am using a soft brush to take off excess gold foil and expose the letters. Now I am using a little stiff brush to remove the rest of the gold. I am basically rubbing in small strokes along the edges of the letters. Collecting the gold flakes in a small box. This I can use in my other projects where flakes are needed, just being economical. Next, I am scratching the edges of the letters with my calligraphy nib. It's easy to get the well-defined gold gilding letters on paper or cards, but tough on the resin. I think the gold foil may stick slightly to the resin, but anyhow, with a little perseverance, one can take it out. Once the edges are defined, I am using the disinfectant wipes to clean off the excess gold. There are a few imperfections, and I will repeat the process of applying adhesive and gold foil in those areas. Once it's complete, I am using the metal leaf sealer to apply it over the gold foil and seal it. This step is essential, otherwise the gold will tarnish in no time. Once the sealer is dry, I will be adding some resin lines. These are deep blue and vintage blue embossing powder. I will be using gold glitters with deep blue embossing powder and bright blue glitter with vintage blue embossing powder. In some clear resin, I am adding lots of vintage blue embossing powder, mixing it well, adding in it a little of bright blue glitters. Need to add a little more. This is how it looks, very sparkly. In the other cup, I am adding the deep blue colored embossing powder. And for the contrast, I am adding little of gold glitters here. I have filled the glittery resin in syringe. Here's a trick to achieve fine resin lines. First, I have chosen a fast setting resin Clear Cast 7000. Second, I have waited for almost 15 minutes and then adding these fine lines when the resin is about to set. When we release the resin from the syringe, it does not spread and stays in place. That's how I achieve these fine lines. Here I am adding the vintage blue line adjacent to fire glass. In the other syringe, I have filled the deep blue resin that has this deep blue embossing powder and gold glitters. I will be injecting two fine lines at the center here. I'm basically following the contour of the crystals here. Oh, this one didn't come well. So I am correcting it. Yeah, now it's fine. I'm taking off the excess resin with a toothpick. Drawing few lines at the corner here with the deep blue color. And another one here at the corner. I have let the resin set for a day. Now using these gold and silver colored markers to add up some lines and highlight our glittery resin. I will be adding a gold line here. Using a broad 4 mm gold colored Posca marker. This is a liquid chrome silver marker adjacent to vintage blue resin. It is a 4 mm broad marker. It perfectly lifts our vintage blue resin. Next to it, I am adding a thin silver line with 0.7 mm Posca marker. After drawing these lines, I have added a layer of clear resin all over this art piece. This is the outcome. This art took me almost 45 days to complete. The most time went in making these crystals. And I love how they have come out with different shades of deep blue color. The 5 different colors of fire glass next to the crystals are very eye-catching and they reflect the light. The best part of this piece is the calligraphy and the gold gilding. It has come out so neat. Here's the side view of the crystals. I hope you guys like this art. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Those who are new here, consider subscribing. Click the bell notification icon and select all so that you do not miss any future updates. In the next video, you will see how I made a crystalline wall clock matching this art piece. I love this vintage blue embossing powder streak and the silver lines next to it. They are very flashy together. In the corner here, you can appreciate the deep blue embossing line with the gold lines. I have attached some white lights in between the crystals, and this is the view at the night. Don't leave without liking and subscribing. Take care and bye.